everybody, welcome back. For those of you who are new, hi there, my name is JoJo. I hope you all had a wonderful week since I last saw you on Friday. In today's video, we are going to be doing our week 5 check-in for paycheck number 3. So let's get started. Okay, here we are at my transaction log and my weekly check-in sheet for variable expenses. My husband and I get paid every other week, and this is how I keep track of variable expenses before adding the 2 weeks together and pulling that information into my paycheck budget sheet. So this is for paycheck number 3, and please don't mind the smudge here. This is my daughter was eating strawberries while I was setting this up last night and filling out my transaction log. So, you know, just typical mom life going on over here. This is covering the week 5 transactions are from July 30th to August 5th, and this is for week 5. I like to use the amount that I budget for 2 weeks, which for groceries is $400, and then I subtract in this remaining column right here, and that will tell me how much I have left or how much I spent this week. So we spent $188.20, and I have $211.80 remaining. Next, for eating out and entertainment, I budget $100. Come and find the last time we ate out, it was pizza, and we have $66 remaining. So that means we spent $34 this week. And next, for households, and this also includes pets, I just need to update my sheets. But for those of you who have been watching and kind of following the saga of our sprinkler system, I am so happy to say that my husband was able to fix it. We did not have to hire someone to come out, which is going to be saving our budget. And then also, I'm so happy for my husband. He does not have to come home after work anymore and futz with our sprinkler system. So thank goodness for that. I was really excited to let you guys know about that. Okay, and then gas. We had a gas expense over here. And I budget $150 for gas, which my husband is the only one who had to fill up. We did not have nearly as much traveling as we did during paycheck number 2. There was so much driving back and forth. Let's see, so we still have $113.66 left for gas, which is great. And my husband, let's see, he is over here. So for us, we get spending money, and I budget $40 for us every 2 weeks. There we go. And then me, I'm right here. This was my only purchase for week 5. It was some yummy seltzer drinks. I tried the like the Truly, those are pretty good. What the other one was, like a Cape something or a Claw, White Claw, yes. And they were not as good as I was expecting them to be. Right now I'm trying, I think it's like a Corona version or something like that, which I guess is kind of interesting. But just the seltzer part, I have a mint leaf plant that I really like to add, and then I put in fruit too, which is pretty good. Right. And then I just do crushed ice, which is, it's nice because, as I've mentioned before, I'm not really a seltzer person, but when you put the fruit in the crushed ice and you're sipping on it in the backyard, it's pretty tasty. All right, so here for my daughter, you can see it looks like she's over by quite a bit, but I budget $20 for each of the kids just as spending money. It's not like we're intentionally looking to spend that money, but and I was just buying them some toys and stuff, and there was some extra toys that she wanted that was obviously not within our budget, so I mentioned that to her. And she has a piggy bank just with change. We don't give our kids an allowance. They have chores. It's just that they're expected to do them, not get paid. It's more of just a contribution for our family. And then if they want to do their own little side hustles or anything above and beyond, we're more than happy to give them some money for that. But she had some money from the Tooth Fairy and things like that. And so we dumped out all the change and counted out $20. So I have $20 of change in my purse right now that I'm going to be taking to the bank and using that, cashing that out when I get money for the babysitter. But it was a good lesson too for her, because as she's going into second grade, and part of their second grade preparatory curriculum was learning about money and the value of money. And so it was good. It was a life lesson, also a school learning lesson, and she had fun. We all had fun doing it. So you'll see over here with this cash, $20, that is the bag of change that is in my purse that I need to go cash out today. But that is going to wrap up our variable expenses. So we spent a total of $468.08 during week 5. From the $915 I budget for all of these, we have $446.99 remaining. I'm going to go ahead and get you guys switched over to my paycheck budget sheet, and we'll finish doing our transaction reconciliation. All right, here we are at my paycheck budget sheet. For those of you who are new here, I will be doing a paycheck budget setup tomorrow where you can see how I plug in all of these numbers. That's going to be paycheck number 1 for the month of August. But today we are going to be filling out our actual amounts, which this first table is income. My transaction logs, I highlight income green, variable expenses are yellow, bills are pink, and then any sinking fund purchases are blue. So we're going to go through our green check boxes. My husband and I were a 2-income household. We get paid every other week, and both of our paychecks are direct deposited within the same week. Income 1 is direct deposited on a Thursday, and there was some extra money with this one because there was some nighttime differential pay. So it was $3,050.21. Income number 2 was direct deposited as expected on Friday, and there was some overtime for this one, and it came out to $1,239.94. Nothing for income number 3. We were not expecting, and then we did have some extra. My Etsy shop, I had a bit extra, and then my daughter's piggy bank change, $20. So $20.48 came in for extra. So, and we're not expecting any rollover, so I'll just put that. And we are not going to be adding this up yet since we have a week 6 check-in that we'll be doing next Thursday. And we just want to leave the door open to the universe in case there's any other extra income that we can add up. Now we're going to move over to my fixed expenses, any bills. So those are the pink boxes. I'll go ahead and check off my green boxes here. The green boxes here. And there were a lot of bills that we had that came out. The first one here is student loan number 1. This is our current debt snowball focus, and it is a federal loan. So technically the minimum payment isn't due, but I have just been making the minimum payments just like it is due on its normal due date because of thankfully my husband and I have been fortunate enough to still be working and continue on our debt payment journey, which I am so grateful for. See, next was Sling. It came out as expected as $50. Student loan number 1, and for those of you who watched my video last Thursday when I was closing out paycheck number 2, we do a zero-based budget, and all the money that's left over, our cash flow, that is thrown at debt, and that's what we did last week. But student loan number 1 was down to like $400 and something, and I could see the end in sight, you guys, and I just could not help myself. I wanted it paid off. So since this is paycheck number 3 and we're zero-based budgeters, the money that's left over from this paycheck is going to be started to throw at student loan number 2, and we have a new method we're going to be doing. I'm going to be talking about that next Friday, so stay tuned for that video. But student loan number 1, I am so happy to say it is paid off. For those of you who have been following, I have had this loan with me for 17 years. Well, a grouping of loans. These were all of my baby loans I took out when I was going into my sophomore year of college, and it has been a long time coming. I am so happy to remove that app from my phone, not have to access that lender anymore. It's just, it feels so good. It's a lightening. I feel lighter. Okay, next was my ink bill. It's quite a bit less. I've been trying to be more mindful with my printing. I'm starting to compile some papers. I'm going to be putting together a new budget, a happy planner, and that'll be a video later this year, so before next year. But right now I'm just repurposing everything around the house, and it's serving its purpose, it's doing the job, but I want something cute, and the one that I am using right now, the binder I'm using right now, is really kind of falling apart. So it'd be nice to have one that is something I had made, put my own spin on, and is cute. Okay, so those are all of the bills that came out, all of the pink boxes. And our income is all reconciled. We're not going to be adding in our variable expenses yet. So this is where you can see those numbers I pulled to calculate my remaining, how much we budget for 2 weeks for each category. And here is that cash flow equation. Sinking funds, this table right here is how I track my sinking funds. Any expenses, I think it can get confusing sometimes because I do this a bit different, I think, than some other YouTube budgeters, but this is how I keep track of when I've made a purchase within a sinking fund category. This is not all of my, when I write a category down here, it's not all of my sinking fund categories. This just helps me when I close out my sinking funds, which there was a sinking fund closeout video last Friday. And then lastly, down here is my debt table, and this is how I keep track of all of my debts, and they're running numbers, but these are our debts that we had started with. So far we have paid off 3, and now we have paid off 4 debts. We've been using the debt avalanche and debt tsunami method. Most of our debts, we've been fortunate enough, have been at 0% interest. So we have whittled our way down to student loan number 2, which it's a big daddy, guys. And this minimum payment, about $240 of that goes towards interest every month. Even though this interest rate looks good, the size of the loan makes that be a big chunk. And I'm so excited to talk to you guys about our repayment method we're going to do. Okay, so we did have some bills that came out, so I can go ahead and update the ending balance on these numbers. The car, so I'm just going to take the $36.90, 77 minus it's $744.17, and it's 0% interest. So its new balance is $2,946. And 60 cents, and that is scheduled to be paid off in December, and it's 0% interest. So yeah, we're just not really worried about attacking that one right now. And then this $331.40 that I made as an extra towards student loan number 1. So you can see the $400.39 that we were left with when we used our cash flow last week, minus the $68.99, minus the $331.40, means it is paid off. So cool. The student loan number 2, even though that bill did come out, it's still showing pending with the lender. So I can't see what the true ending balance is going to be. I want to have this number be as accurate as possible, but that should be cleared by tomorrow and I can come and update this ending balance. I do a quarterly debt and net worth assessment where I see our progress over the quarter. This is just us to stay motivated, watch our numbers come down, keep track of our numbers, sort of thing. But that is going to wrap up this video for the week 5 check-in for paycheck number 3. I will be posting, as I mentioned, my video tomorrow where I do my paycheck number 1 budget for the month of August. For paychecks that are going to be deposited next Thursday and Friday. I like to forecast my paychecks a week in advance so that I know where that money's going before the money starts flowing in and out of my account. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you are enjoying the content of this channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I post 2 videos every week. They're all focused around budgeting, our family's journey to debt freedom, and I will see you guys tomorrow.